Hey, this is Ree here. Thank you so much for being on the YouTube and supporting this channel. I really appreciate all of you. Om Klim Kalike Namaha. For your personal astrological consultation, please visit my website. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. And I'm not in this video today as I usually am because I bursted a blood vessel in my eye from my intense sadhana and I look like a demon. So I don't want to scare anybody, but this is very important. So let's talk about the current stock market crash. Now, everything I'm about to say is what I predicted would happen in my August predictions, if you saw that. If you haven't, you can go back and check it out. So this isn't predictions after the fact. This is actually predictions that I have predicted, but I'm going to go more deeper into it by using the graph of the stock market in the US to show you how this occurred and to let you know what I believe will happen next. So this is a great lesson in astrology and also for those who are interested in the stock market. I'm just going to take it from August 31st because you can see August 31st is when we had this huge dip in the stock market. Now that was when Venus was in Astrology Nakshatra, which is the snake, which is where underhanded activities happen, doom or misfortunes. Venus also on that particular day entered into Magha Nakshatra, which is ruled by Ketu, which is in Leo. Ketu is lost. This day, it was also at the Gandanta point. The Gandanta point is a point of challenge or crisis when we go from water to a fire sign. And Venus is money. So you can see it's showing Venus is going to be in a crisis. Money will be at a crisis point. Now, it's not enough to just look at one thing. We have to look at many different things. Some people are saying that it's Uranus that's causing this. I don't use Uranus. In traditional Vedic astrology, we don't use the outer planets. They were never a part of the system. And that's a whole other thing which I won't get into. So I use the information that was given to us by the rishis only. So Venus is a ruler of Taurus. And in Taurus, at the same time, we had Mars and Jupiter, which were in Rohini Nakshatra. Rohini Nakshatra is the wheels of commerce. This is the nakshatra of money, as it is the nakshatra of some of the most richest people in the world. So that tells us that Venus is in a crisis mode, which is going to affect Rohini as well, which is going to affect the wheels of commerce and money. Now, at that time, Saturn was in retrograde, which makes it even stronger. Saturn becomes stronger, by the way, in Aquarius, which is the people, alliances, groups. And it's in Purva Bhadrapada, which is a transformation or a death of some sort, which can equate to some kind of crisis as well, as things need to die out or be reborn. Now, Saturn was making a square to Jupiter, and Jupiter is conjunct Mars. Saturn and Mars are enemies, so this is causing frustration in the population, a challenging matter in the realms of finance, which is Jupiter. Jupiter represents finance as well. So there's many indications that there is a problem with finance, a problem in the area of Taurus. Now, Mars and Jupiter were also trining Ketu in Virgo. Virgo is analyzing its market, and Ketu is there, which is loss. At that time as well, Sun was in Pusha Nakshatra, which is all about prosperity, and the alternative symbol is also the wheels, which is similar to the wheel in Rohini, the wheel of commerce. So there's many different indications of this happening. Now, the moon was in Megashira on that day, which is in Taurus, which activated this as it was in the same sign as Jupiter and Mars, which is ruled by Mars as well, this nakshatra. And then later on that day, it entered Ardara. So it was fine then. And then it entered Ardara, which is the teardrop, which is ruled by Rahu, which is very unpredictable events of sorrow. During this drop, Mercury was also 12th from Virgo, which is its own sign, creating losses as well. Now on August 5th, it was all the way at the bottom till August 5th, but then on August 5th, it starts to go up. Now, what happened? That's when Mercury goes retrograde, and this starts to turn back towards the 11th house of gains from its own sign, making a conjunction with Venus, and the moon also conjuncts them both in Magha on August 5th and 6th. The moon brings things down to make things happen in the physical plane. It's very important when you're studying the markets to always study the moon. The moon will tell you what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis, and then the nakshatras will tell you even smaller increments, and then the padas. I could literally do this by pada and tell you times that this will happen, exact times, but we're not gonna do this in video. That's way too much work for no reason. So that's why it went up. And then on August 7th and 8th, so the 7th, it starts to go back up until the 8th, and then all the way to the 9th. Now, the 7th and 8th is when we had the exact conjunction of Venus and Mercury, which is what made it go up now. And then we still have Mercury going away from the 12 signs. So that's helping the markets go up a little bit more. Now, what we have to be cautious of is around the 16th and 17th. And these aren't exact dates, but around then. This could start happening anytime now in the next couple days. But the Sun and Mercury will be at the Gandanta point, which is where we can see another crash. Also, Saturn and Mars will be making an exact square around that time. Could potentially be more intense than last time. Mercury will station direct at the Gandanta point roughly August 29th and will travel back through this point of crisis until September 8th. Luckily, Mars will be in Gemini roughly around August 27th, and Saturn will no longer be squaring him, but he will be in an enemy sign, which is also ruled by Mercury. So there can be still potential problems there. On the 28th, we could see a slight jump as the moon goes back into Megashira, but there'll be some type of challenge ongoing, which may not be in the markets as Jupiter enters Megashira and exits Rohini. So there's a chance that it doesn't necessarily affect the markets as bad as it was. It may be other mercurial themes, but we should still be very cautious because as Mercury goes through that Gandanta point, August 29th to September 8th, there's going to be some crisis with it. And Mercury is trade. Now, luckily, like I said, we won't have the other planets in Rohini, but you never know what can happen as we have Mars in an enemy sign. So cautious for that. So this is just a small video breaking down how you can see this in the markets and what I do perceive happening next. And I'll make more videos about this if people are interested. So I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.